Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing out there? This is your Uncle Steve on a Sunday. Here's a little small weekend review trying to see what went down this week with the Atlanta Falcons. What do you look forward to? And what is your outlook now compared to a week ago? Let's get started. Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing today on a Sunday afternoon here, March 17th? Thank you for joining us in Uncle Steve's Lounge. I am Uncle Steve. I appreciate you joining me today. Uh just felt like coming on here today. I've seen so much talk over the week about I mean, think about where we were a week ago and the unknown and still the different options we were talking about. And eh, all of our questions answered? No, but quite a few of them were answered this week in some of the signings. Of course, leading off with uh, Kirk Cousins coming in to Atlanta to lead the air attack, and very much looking forward to seeing what he's going to do in 2024. Being brought in a couple of wide receivers to come into the game. Darnell Mooney coming in. Ray come back. Ray is going to be just funny to me. Ray McLeod coming in, and we re-signed Cordero Hodge. So, and then also uh, picking up my man from the Desmond Ritter trade this year, Rondale Moore. So I would say we got a good start on the wide receivers. Now let's see what we end up doing the rest of the week. Of course, there have been many questions like Falcons. We haven't seen any major defensive free agency since the new season started. Obviously, we re-signed Nate Landman uh, about a week before, but with the loss of Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree, it does question to say what direction are we going into. I've definitely heard some small talk about Chase Young, possibly earlier today. I saw the rumor mill going on about possibly Hassan Reddick, uh, looking at a trade for him. So many different options going, and people have to remember we're only officially 5 days into the new season. So there are going to be plenty of moves made. If you remember how this thing goes, that very first the tampering period, especially that very first day or two, are folks that you're just trying to hurry up and get off the board. The Kirk Cousins thing, of course, that was going to be the biggest news, not only in Atlanta but probably in the NFL as far as quarterbacks were concerned. Uh, once that's once that came in, and then of course the Mooney signing, uh, everything kind of slowed up just a little bit, and of course the trade Desmond Ritter to the Cardinals to get Rondale Moore. I think we're going to have little signings here and there along the way. I think we have a long way to go as far as what's going to shape out to be the 24 roster for the Atlanta Falcons. How do you guys feel about how things have gone so far? Are you happy about the direction we're going in, especially knowing that you've kind of solidified that quarterback position? I think that's one of the things we've always talked about: quarterback position, quarterback position, quarterback position. Well, you know what? Now we have it. Of course, we're concerned. We hope Kirk is healthy, but at least this will probably be the most legit quarterback we've had in a couple of years. So hope springs eternal for the Atlanta Falcons. But I want to know how you all are feeling about it. So let's see what we're talking about in the chat. Again, thank you for joining us. Um, if you're on Facebook, thank you for joining us on Facebook and the Atlanta Bird Gang. Also, if you're looking at us on YouTube, we really appreciate you. And if you're on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. We officially went to what is it? What do we do? 1,500? I think we're at 1,500. I think so. Yes, we're at 1,500 subscribers. So that's getting us to where we need to go. So hopefully we can keep that moving. 1,500. It's a good number. Let's get it to 2,000 before the season starts. I appreciate you. John Brooks in the house. What's up, John? So I like the signings of Kirko Chains and Darnell Mooney and Rondell White. We needed weapons to put around Kirk Cousins. Now we just need it to be sufficient during the regular season. I don't know, maybe, and I must admit, I probably was listening to Kirk Cousins when he said it. I know when new people get here, we get excited. We want to throw a moniker on them and things like that. I get it, the excitement. Man, just like Kirk said, man, let's win a couple of these things first. Because if you start winning, all of the monikers and everything like that will come with it. I know he was Kirk James before he got here too. Don't get me wrong, but I, Gats boy in the house. What's going on? What's good, Uncle Steve and Falcons family? Greg in the house. What's going on, sir? Thank you for joining us on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Henry is here. Happy Sunday, Uncle Steve and Falcons Nation. Thank you, sir. The great C Double is in the house. How you doing, C Double? Good to see you. Let's get it, GA is in here. What's going on? Y'all make sure y'all check out Let's Get It, GA. Give him some love on his channel. Please make sure you like and subscribe over there. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. C Double says, loving the picks, by the way. Enjoyed your draft show you were all a part of. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Love the work that you do on the eye test with John Harris and Winston Thornton. Y'all make sure y'all check out the eye test on YouTube as well. Travis, what's going on, brother? Say, hey, I like the move so far. I still have some concerns about the edge position and the other safety spot, but there's still time plus the draft. So, Travis, I'm glad you mentioned that. So, you have the tiers. Last week was the big splash player tiers, the Kirk Cousins, the Kirk Cousins was the biggest guy on the block, but people like Derrick Henry, who went to another team, Saquon Barkley, who went to another team, folks like that everybody was, the highlight folks. This next week or two are going to be, you're going to see a lot of fits, like people that are specifically trying to get positions filled. And I think for the Falcons, especially right now with our salary cap situation, it's going to be interesting how they go about it, because they have to tread lightly, because at the moment, I think we're looking at 4.1. So let's pull this up and get everybody out here. I'm gonna pull you down 1 second, Travis, and let's go to the Atlanta Falcons salary cap. Let's pull it down here. I'm gonna get to the players in a second, but if we go down and let's expound this out just a smidge, we are looking at this number right here, looking at $4.354 million. Of course, this is through Spot Track. They do usually a pretty good job of up to date stuff. And if you were just interested in looking at what our salary cap looks out right now with Kirk Cousins here, you see the big number. He's got a $12 million signing bonus, $12 million base salary. Still got Jake Matthews up there making a lot of money, but he has a restructured bonus due to him as well. Want to see what they're going to do with Grady, if they're going to try to do something with Grady. I mean, quite honestly, folks, not even trying to be funny and not trying to put doom and gloom. They can get out of Grady's contract in a heartbeat. So I hope they restructure that and keep him in the mix. I don't think they're going to do much with Jesse's contract. They might do a little restructuring as far as that's concerned. But I just don't see the Falcons not going back to the table and asking folks to do some things with their contract to help us get some room. Uh, Taylor Heineke, who I got to get a shout out to my buddy Homer, who I was just talking to a few minutes ago. And he was saying how we have until tonight before Heineke's bonus kicks in. And he's, $7 million we could save if we cut him. I think right now, after the release of Desmond Ritter, I think you're going to not release, I'm sorry, the trade of Desmond Ritter. You're probably going to keep Heineke around. Maybe they can do something with that number and change it into a bonus or something like that. I don't know. And don't be surprised if they may go to Young Wei Koo as well. That's a big number for a kicker, $4 million. So I don't think the Falcons are done as far as restructuring is concerned. So, Travis, when you talk about the edge position and the safety position, I think they're still looking. Birds of Prey in the house. What's going on, man? New here. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. And don't be a stranger. Just hit that subscribe button and do your thing. Just like my buddy Brian Davis, big supporter of the channel. I appreciate you, brother, all the time. Uncle Steve, great first week. Coach Raheem knows we have to get the offense going. I think we go heavy defense in the draft. We did a mock draft the other day with a lot of my brothers in the content creator space, Big Low, Smitty, Berto, A1 Forever, Chris, and brother Jack Spade from One Time for the Fan. So I don't think we're done, obviously, with free agency defense as well. So while I do hear you when you say heavy on defense, I think we're going to do some more moves on D with free agency, but stay tuned. Dexter, what's going on, man? What's going on? My big brother in the house. I call my big brother, man. My little brother, big brother. He know what I'm talking about. Atlanta Bird Gang. Brother Tidy's in the house. Y'all make sure y'all check out my partner in crime over there in Atlanta Bird Gang. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Tidy and I ready to do what we've been doing for the last 4-5 years. Run that draft coverage back for you. We'll be here on day one, trying to see who the Falcons are going to look forward to. Bring it into the mix in here. Got a super chat in the house. Oh Lord, here's my brother, Big Low Country Sports. I'm gonna give him one of my new ones up here. I mean, which ones I got up here today? What did I do today? I think that's one of my old ones.
When you chill with Uncle Steve, you better come correct. We got your super chat. We got that head knock that make you break your neck. We got your super chat.
All right, so we got a big super chat. Got a big super chat from Big Low Country Sports, the aforementioned great content creator. Y'all make sure y'all give him some love as he gave us some love right now. Uncle Steve, congratulations on 1.5K. Could you please sing the falsetto part, If I Ever Fall in Love by Shy? If not, I completely understand. This is the thank you for all your super chat songs during the mock draft. Draft. Let me see. Which part you want me to sing? And if I am in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. How about that? Is that good enough for you? We'll get with that. Oh man, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Got another super chat in the house. That's my brother Tidy. Let me get him on board. Let me see what we got here.
I like the way you work it. Oh, diggity. I like the super chat. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I like your super chat.
My brother.
I like the way you work it. No diggity. I love your super chats.
Atlanta Bird Game says my client, Devonta Freeman, aka Goat Freeman, would like for you to stop asking for interview requests. The answer is still no. I probably can't afford his prices, man. Shoot. I love me some Devonta until he took all that money, man. But he's still my guy. He's still my guy. Maybe, and this is good company now. Behind William Andrews, Ward Dunn, man, shoot, Michael Turner. I'll take Devonta right in that little area right there. But come on, man, you give back some of that money, man. I'm just playing with you. Thank you, Toddy. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for always supporting the brother in here, man. And you know I got your back, man. You the man. Keith Smith is in the house. What's up, Keith? Said Kirk is not healthy, so why the heck we paying him all this money? It's a good question, and it's a fair question. But I don't think there was any argument going into the offseason that Kirk Cousins is probably the best ready now option that we had that wasn't part of another team. You know what I mean? I know the Justin Fields thing has sparked so much controversy throughout the last couple of weeks and things like that. But I think this was the best move. Yes, it's a lot of money. But if you look at the way they're structuring this thing, in 2 years, folks, we can probably be out of here with a small cap hit. It's not as franchise damning as it seems. So let's see what this first year comes up with. We can get that first year out of the way before we totally criticize it. But I'm telling you, y'all, I think this is probably the right move for the now. Now, let's hope and pray that health stays with them. But I think this is the best move. Travis says, thank you on 1,500. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Zay the bag in the house. What's going on? What is going on? Miss Barbara Ridley is here. Hey, Barbara say, hey, hello, Uncle Steve. We still got a lot of holes. Cornerback, linebacker, safety, edge, offensive line. Concerns about Cousins' age, injury, and the overpayment of Cousins. We have to hope for the best. Folks, you are not going to get me to disagree about the amount of money we paid for Kirk Cousins. It's the elephant in the room. It's the first thing people are going to point to if we're not successful. And I get it. I was one of the first people to say when the offseason started, I said, Kirk Cousins would be nice, but that's too much money. But two things here that we can't argue with. We can't argue that at the moment, where Falcons are, that the most ready-made plug-in option, legitimate option, not talking about somebody we can pluck from another team, that was available was Kirk Cousins. And don't blame him if he happened to be the only legit quarterback on the market. I've said this story many a times. Folks, if you have a career in any job, not just football, if you have a career and you're in the twilight of your career, like Kirk Cousins is, and you were on your last 3 years, but you've been consistent and you've been putting up the numbers. Yeah, no, one playoff win and 4 games. Okay, fair. But he happens to be the best free agent on the market. So switch it back to if this was your job. If this was your job and you worked at a place for 27 years and you could retire at 30, and they said, you know what, come on in. We're going to figure out your last 3 years of your career at your job. Are you going to go and ask for the salary you had during the first half of your years? Or are you going to ask for what you're worth in the moment? It's not Kirk Cousins' fault. That's not his fault that he happened to be the guy of the moment. And that's the part I'm trying to get people to understand when we talk about this. No one is here trying to say, "Hoo-wee, that's a lot of money." That he does. That's a lot of money we need to look out for. I understand that. But for what the Falcons need, everybody said it to a man and woman, said, we need the quarterback. We need the best option we can get at quarterback. Guess what? This is the best option we have right now at quarterback. So, let's see how the first year works out. Chill Rodney in the house. What is going on? What's going on, man? Dexter Owens, what's going on, my brother? Say, I love what we did, but I'm ready for some restructuring or cuts so we can do some of this defense. We need to at least attack the edges. I'd still take Neighbors if he falls to us. I want to hear what y'all think about that number 8 position. And as I'm going down the chat, y'all do me a favor. Put in right now, this moment, after the free agency, after the things we've done this first week, and it's not over. It won't be over even by the time we get to the draft. But right now, for what we have and what we've done right now, tell me your pick at number 8. Put that in the chat for me. Your pick at number 8, and hopefully I'll catch up with this and get down there. Say in the bag says I be treating the salary cap like it's my spending money. Right? Exactly. I think we all do. I mean, we're fans. We're gonna do that. You see me on Spot Track. I'm doing the same thing. We're all trying to budget it like that's our actual budget. Terry say, I got this. I got this. Barbara says, need to restructure a lot of people like Lindstrom, Bates, since I assume they will be here for the long haul. If Heineke won't restructure to veteran minimum, cut him and draft the best quarterback left. I think we're going to get a quarterback anyway. We might not get a quarterback at number 8, but I think we're going to get one. Atlanta Burger said 478. Ooh, 478. It might be 47, but that's all good too. In here, what's going on? Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all joining us here in Atlanta. Look, I'm trying to go in your group in Atlanta Burger King in the Uncle Steve's Lounge. Appreciate y'all joining me. Y'all like the video. Appreciate you. Henry says, I was hoping Justin Fields could come aboard as a backup for Cousins. Best of luck to him behind Wilson in Pittsburgh. And I'm gonna tell you what, y'all. I'm here and I'm playing conspiracy theorist. Now I told my son this story and he looked at me like, oh, Dad. Something happened between the combine and free agency. Because it wasn't just the Falcons. There were a plethora of teams that were looking for Justin Fields' services as a starter. It wasn't just the media. Folks were coming out. Justin Fields, first round pick, second round pick. Something happened. Some energy happened behind the scenes. This wasn't just media created. Something happened between that time. Am I trying to fool you into saying Justin Fields is a finished product? No. But I am saying something happened. I don't know what, I don't have any behind the scenes stuff for you, but I do feel like something happened. MW, the franchise player, said, "What's good, Rise up." Absolutely. All day long, brother. Island Mike is in the house. What's going on? Hey, not impressed with the 2 wide receivers, better ones in the draft. Here's the problem, though, Mike, and keep it real with me. Even with the 3 receivers we got today, did we improve the receiver room from 2023? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Because we had a receiver room with Mac Hollis. What's my other guy's name? See, I'm not even remembering their names. Our receiver room did improve. Are they all stars? No. But I could always use another wide receiver. I'll go there. 330 in the house. What's going on, 330? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for joining us in here with that. Thank you. D Sloan. What's up, D Sloan? What's up? Who we taking at 8? And right now, I would take it 8, be honest with you. I'm kind of in everybody else's boat with the defense. If you would have asked me before we got a lot of the wide receivers, I would have said go and get Roman Duze from Washington. But now I think you have to address the edge. I think Dallas Turner might be the guy. Starting to worry a little bit about the reports we're hearing about Latu dropping because of some of the medical stuff. But I think he's somebody that can absolutely do his thing. Travis says, I hope some were upset about some of the signings. I know some were upset about some of the signings we didn't get, but sometimes it's not about the name, it's about the fit. Absolutely. Excuse me. And the biggest fit we needed was at quarterback. So we appreciate that. My buddy Jack Doe in the house. What's going on? Big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Brother, we thinking about you, my friend. He said the Falcons dropped the ball on Justin. Well, I don't know. I mean, look, for our situation right now, this is going to work for us. I will say this. Pittsburgh is going to have a very interesting quarterback competition because I'm not 100% sure that Russell Wilson can hold back Justin Fields. I'm not sure. This is not saying because Justin Fields is so great. This is saying because I think they're probably in the same boat. And then hey, look, Justin, no way they're going to pick up that 5th year this year, right? So, I don't know, brother. We'll see when we meet y'all this year. Trust me. We'll see. Big Low says, I meant just mock draft show. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I might have been a little off. Sorry about that. T. Walker says, I just jumped on. Sorry if I missed any tampering discussion. If not your fault. No, we didn't talk about the tampering thing. It'll be interesting to see. I know Kirk Cousins was talking about he may have had some contact with the trainers or something like that. Yeah, I think the NFL needs to be careful. It is not that big. I don't know. To me, it's not that big of a deal. I know some folks lost some picks over that, man. Yeah. Come on now. You knew the man was getting signed. Stop NFL. That ain't hurting y'all, ain't it? Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't. Hopefully they don't lose any picks. Hopefully it's just money. But we'll see. Hell Rail in the house. He said not bad. When are you talking about the golden vocals, maybe? I think. Dexter says, I know when watching, they are talking real good about where Cousins could take us. These defense is not that legit to take us to the promised land. There's a few positions that need to be addressed on that side. And I'm 100% with you, Dexter. I still think we got some work to do. We still got some work to do. We do. My brother Winston in the house from at the eye test. He and John Harris and the rest of the guys over there do their thing. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Unc and chat? Smash that like button. Congratulations on the 1.5 content creator goals. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys are going to be right behind us. My brother, Sir Darius, in the house. What is going on, my friend? Good to see you out here. And my buddy Joseph Evans is here. He says, Kirk going to fill up Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Ask me that question after week 4 or 5. It's going to be important to see how that's going to work out then. But ask me that question after that. The eye test is in the house. What's going on again? Giving us some love. Let's see what we got here for you.
Super chat for a minute. I just want to talk some games.
And the struggle was real on that. The eye test in here. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, my friend. He said the asking price for Justin Fields really dropped right at the combine versus what it was rumored to be prior to that time. Makes me wonder. I say it again. Something was amiss, y'all. Something was amiss. I do not think it was a coincidence that all of a sudden he went from one of the hottest topics before the combine to, okay, y'all can have him for some rap snacks and Cheetos. Shout out to Atlanta Bird Gang. You know what I'm talking about. So something went wrong. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Dondre says, does Pitts change to 84? Probably. I mean, Kirk Cousins basically has said he'll open up the checkbook, which he can do now. So I'm pretty sure that'll happen. Midas Johnson, like that last name. I'm ready for this draft, ready to see who we bring in. That makes 2 of us. I am more than ready. Todd says, sir, they talking we may lose the first round pick due to Kurtz running his mouth at the presser. I don't think it's going to be a first round pick. I know they took a second round pick away from Kansas City the other day, but I don't think it's going to be a first round pick. I could see them taking a second or third, and this year, thank goodness, we have a third. I don't see them taking a first round pick. I mean, that was quite honestly, that was bedroom talk that Kirk Cousins probably shouldn't have done. But at the end of the day, I don't think that should have count towards anything. That's my personal opinion. Jay Diaz in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. There's my buddy 95 North Falcons Sports Talk in the house. Y'all make sure y'all join him on his channel, doing his thing. Appreciate you, brother. He says Joe Alt. Yeah, that Joe Alt at number 8. Offensive line. That's who he says he wants on there. Barbara Ridley says number 8, Jared Verse. Dallas Turner reminds me too much of Vic Beasley. That's so funny. That's not, you're not the first person to say the Vic Beasley comparison. That's really weird. Mike says JJ McCarthy. Okay. Henry says number 8 pick is going to be a quarterback. And it might be. It might be. I think if you go quarterback at number 8, I think it'll be Penix. I think it'll be Penix first. Just my personal opinion. Slim Guy says defense at 8. We've been doing offense the last 3 years. This is true. But also remember, Slim, we made a $40 million plus investment on the average to this guy. You better give him all. Everybody keep talking about the weapons now. Dude, load him up. Load him up. Midas says if at number 8, it's got to be Alt. If he's there, trade back and bring Latu or Trice. I can live with that. A trade back. Key said quarterback because Cousins might last the season. I guess we could notice that my brother Keith is not a fan of Kirk Cousins. Not at all. My brother Todrick in the house. What's up, Todrick? Hey, how you been doing, brother? I would trade back. Dallas Turner won't wow me. Okay. That's fair. Fair criticism, y'all. Chill says, I think Kirk Cousins pickup helps. Raheem gets another 3 to 4 years because Kirk will have a better chance of making the playoffs than Fields. Raheem probably doesn't want to be here only 3 years. And that might be, that's why I do think one way or the other, whether it's first round, second round, or third round, I do think a quarterback is bound to be on this roster in the draft. I really do think that's going to happen. Tidy says Dallas Turner is at number 8, my choice. Winston says Verse and then Turner in that order. Nando, what's up, Nando? He says Alt or Verse at number 8. I prefer they trade back. That's fair. Fair. Wallace says, what's going on? What's going on, Wallace? I think they will go with a top edge rusher in Turner. Juan is in the house. What's up, Juan? Was it the 6th round pick on the table for the Falcons? I don't think so. Yeah. I hear you. Got another super chat in here. Let's see what we got on this right here.
I want a super chat. Talk to you till I want that super chat.
Appreciating the love from the eye test again. Thank you so much. And let me not forget to congratulate you on the 1,500 subscriber mark. I'm going to be just like you when I grow up. Quality recognizes quality. I listen, and John Harris is a big part of that quality that's coming here. Boss Trucker, I see you in there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support as well. Appreciate all the support going on today on this lovely Sunday evening. Y'all make sure if y'all down here, bundle up because it sounds like it's going to be a cold one here down south. Thank y'all for joining us for some Falcon talk on a Sunday. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive. I know we got a lot of news going on with the NCAA selection stuff, but that will be on your TV all week, I'm sure. So just wanted to see what the temperature was with some of the folks in here talking about the Atlanta Falcons. Another super chat in the house. Man, y'all on fire today.
Super chat.
Thank you, Dexter. I appreciate you, man. Another person who's supporting the channel. I appreciate everyone coming in here. You guys are valuable to what we do. I wouldn't do this if y'all didn't want to talk about it. So I really appreciate your opinion and everyone else's opinion on here. And I mean that. That always meant that. So awesome. Michael says, would you want Chase Young for the right price? Yes. And I've heard all the rumors about the motor and everything like that. But we're in a position with the Falcons where beggars can't be choosy, man. We have to get somebody on the edge. And matter of fact, before I go there, Antonio is in the house. What's going on, Antonio? Good to see you, sir. I'm going to pull up real quick the free agents available. Let me go right quick here so we can talk about it. Free agents. Let's go for edge right now for the NFL. And let's get the ones who are available. How about that? All right. And then I'm going to put this on the screen real quick. All right. There we go. All right. So let's look at the list that we have right now. Still got Emmanuel Ogba out there. Sorry about that if I mispronounce his name. Carl Lawson, Randy Gregory, Chase Young, Calais Campbell, of course. I don't know if Calais is coming back or not. Bud Dupree is out there. Will Bud Dupree look to possibly give us a little love? Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know if his number is going to be something that we'll be looking at. Shaq Lawson is out there. Kentavious Street. I know he was a fan. He was a favorite of the last regime. I don't know whether we'll look at him again or not. A lot of folks out there. So from that sense, folks, I don't think we're finished shopping yet. I really don't. Got another super chat in here. Man, y'all on fire today. I appreciate it. Dave in the house.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Dave.
yeah, 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 yeah. When you chill with Uncle Steve, you better come correct. We got your super chat. We got that head knock that make you break your neck. Here comes your super chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, brother Dave. I appreciate you, brother. Says in a normal year, I would not agree with this, but I believe the Falcons are going to roam on Duze at 8. Listen, prior to all of the signings we did with wide receiver and the trade we did for Ritter for Moore, I would have said that. But I think I don't know, y'all. I think I might have to go with defense on that. But I wouldn't be mad because he could take the top off too. Hey man, another super chat in the house. Our brother Big Boys, what's up, broski?
I want a super chat.
Thank you, Brucey. Brucey gonna get 2 songs.
She hit the super chat each day.
That's my buddy, man. How you been doing, man? He said, "What's up, Unc? Happy Sunday. Do you think they could trade down a little bit and grab more picks, or stay and get Turner and Verse?" Now, I will say this, Brewski. Hearing all of this tampering talk, maybe we may be in a situation where we have to trade down to get a couple of extra picks. I hope if they have a decision, maybe they'll come up with it pretty soon. But I don't know, man. I think I want to stay and get some of the better talent up in the top 10. Now I know a lot of people are not warm on Dallas Turner, but I like what I see. I actually, to be honest with you, from Alabama, I like Arnold more than I even like Turner. Arnold at cornerback. So I don't know. I think I could do that as well. But we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate you, Brewski. Thank you so much. Wallace said we didn't drop the ball on Fields for getting traded for a 6th-round pick in 2025. No, I'm not. I know a lot of people are. Look, I know he was a local product. I understand people have feelings about it, but folks, I think we'll be all right. And I understand what people are saying, well, Kirk Cousins at 36 won't have the longevity. I'm worried about that as well. But I think for the now, I think I like what I'm hearing from the guy. I think he might just be the answer we need for the moment. And I know Raheem is going to do everything in his power to keep him protected up front. So that's why the Joe Alt thing doesn't sound like a bad idea as well. But I'm not really worried as much about Justin Fields. I know everybody, that's been the buzzword the last 24 to 48 hours because he got traded here and we didn't get him, all that, whatever. But I'm concentrating on Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is the one I need to get the job done. I can't worry about what Pittsburgh is doing. We got to play Pittsburgh. So, hey, let's worry about us. Mills, what's going on? Say, hey, would you like for the quarterback situation of having Wilson and Fields here instead of Cousins? No. Because I think in theory, it sounds like, cheap competition against each other. Pittsburgh is probably not paying a lot of money right now for both of them up there. But listen, their unknown is as much as our unknown. Kirk Cousins is playing better quarterback the last couple of years than both of those guys. And I just think for the now, this is the best move. Now, for the Falcons, we do need to get a quarterback of the future. Now, I don't know whether that's this draft or next draft. I would imagine they probably do something this draft so he can learn under Kirk Cousins right now. So, I think I'd rather have our situation, Mills, for real. Antoine, what's going on? What's going on? Glad you could join us in here. Barbara Ridley says, hope we don't lose that 8th pick this year. That would be huge. Cousins talk too much. He better be right on. I think he just got carried away, folks. I think at the end of the day, I know everybody wants to jump up and say 1st-round pick. It's not like he said we were sitting down talking Friday afternoon about it. He made a loose comment about the trainers and stuff. That's not first round tampering, first round pick tampering. Third round, fourth round pick, maybe. That's not that. My brother, 95 North says, congratulations. Oh, well deserved. Appreciate you, brother. Barbara says, winning will fill up the Mercedes-Benz, no individual player on the Falcons. That's what gets us twisted all the time, folks. Gotta win. Antonio says the Eagles were in pursuit of Fields, but they said his asking price was too high. But once the Mac Jones trade happened, it greatly decreased his value. Oh, yeah, it did. But I still feel like, again, Antonio, something went amiss behind the scenes. Something. I don't know what. Something else went wrong. It had to. False Start says, Uncle, if we get Doc the first rounder because of Kurt, he needs to restructure that deal. We need some of that back player. I understand that. I see a lot of people folks, we're not losing a first round pick over this. If anything, it might be a lower round pick. We're not going to lose a first round draft pick over this. We're not. Boss Trucker in the house. He said, Unc, how did we let Justin Fields go? Very easy. Just like the other people did. Just like all the other teams. I'm sorry. I know this Justin Fields thing is personal with folks. But I didn't see everybody beating down to get the brother in the first 24 to 48 hours. Something is wrong, folks. Isn't that curious? And I know some of the folks who didn't want Justin will just say, well, he's just not that good. That's not true. There were plenty of people that wanted his services. But something went amiss. I don't know what it is. I really don't. Smart Ride in the house. What's going on, brother? Said, great show, Unc. Kurt isn't very mobile, and this offensive line is horrible at pass protection. I'm really worried about the McGarry side too, Smart Ride. That's a side that you really need to take care of. That's why I'm glad we re-signed Storm Norton. I'm not trying to tell you he's a miracle worker, but he actually worked in there pretty good when McGarry was out in the middle of the year. So I like it. Dirty Bird Diner in the house. What's up, man? Playboy Darian. All right. I like that. Should we kick the tires on Mike Williams, wide receiver from the Chargers? I wouldn't mind, but Mike gets hurt a lot too, right? I would not mind doing. He's a good receiver. It depends on what he's asking for. If he's asking for a whole lot, I let him pass. But he also is kind of a little on the injury prone side, to me, my opinion, for the money that he's probably going to ask for. Michael, appreciate you joining us in here, sir. Thank you for joining us on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, as y'all coming in, and y'all are coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we just hit 1,500 subscribers. Appreciate everyone helping us out. Thank you so much. The goal is 2,000. Hopefully we get to 2,000 by the time the season starts. Thank you so much. Antoine says, I say bring back Calais Campbell, draft Turner so he can teach you. It would be a good idea. I really want to make sure Calais wants to play again. It's encouraging that he hasn't signed with anyone else, but there's a part of me that's saying, ooh, he going to be on the other closer to 38 by the time the season starts. And we saw at 37 he was productive, so let's not act like he wasn't. But yeah, I would do it at a nice price. We gave him $7 million last year. And I think he hit a couple of escalators with their 6.5 sacks. So, you don't know. Let's see. Michael says, I can't remember our third quarterback on our team. We getting rid of him or not? My Woodside? I don't even know. That's a good question. I honestly don't know. I think Woodside was definitely a Arthur Smith guy anyway, so he's not going to be here. If they got rid of Ritter, they're definitely getting rid of Woodside. Dexter says, I just wanted to give some for once. You always read the comments from me here and here on other places. I think you got the best pod for real, for real. Thank you so much, man. Like everyone else loves yours. Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. That was kind of you to say. And I don't take this for granted, folks, when y'all show the love like you do. I really don't. This podcasting thing is born out of love for a team and for a city. I mean, I'm really 10 toes down with everyone here. Yes, even the United, Braves, Hawks. Excuse me. So as much as you guys enjoy me, Dexter, I enjoy the interaction with you, and I love being able to go certain places. You'll be surprised. I mean, I'm surprised that I went Publix not too long ago and sitting there trying to get some hamburgers, and somebody walked up to me and he literally just started talking to. He's like, "Yeah, man, think we gonna get Kirk Cousins?" I was like, "Yeah." I don't know if I had my Falcon stuff on or not. I said, "Yeah." He said, "You do a good job on that podcast." I said, "Oh, okay." I mean, that's cool. That's not even. I mean, that's just so cool that we can bond as men and women and even kids who want to talk football, that we can bond over that. I love it, and I never take for granted your support. So thank you, Dexter. I appreciate that, man. Big John Higgins is here. Uncle Steve, what's happening? Happy Sunday. Okay, Steve, we got to go all defense in the draft and one offensive lineman. I'll sit back and listen. Listen, I think we're not done in free agency. It would not bother me to get some defensive help. But let me ask y'all a question. Does it seem like it takes longer for some of these defensive guys to develop more than it does the offensive guys? That might be me, but I want some if I'm going to get some defensive guys, I got to make sure that they fit exactly what Jimmy Lake wants to do. I need Jimmy Lake to say, if push came to shove and I had to push you out there week one, those are the type of guys I need. I'm all for development. I'm all for giving some time for some of these players to do their thing, but I want to get some of those players that we know can jump out on the field. I mean, we were talking the other day with the mock draft with Bigelow and Berto and the guys, and that was one of the deals. You remember when Arthur Blank told Dan Quinn almost 10 years ago, "Hey, I need 3 starters from this draft," and we ended up getting 4 starters from the rookie class that were on that team. That's the kind of draft we need to get. So Terry, as much as he's been cooking in free agency, we need him to cook in the draft as well. Wallace says, and congratulations on your accomplishment for 1.5K and continue putting out great comment. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Antonio said, they already re-signed Bud. No, sir. Bud has not been re-signed. And you know that would probably be a big one, too, because, you know, Bud had the little podcast on the Atlanta Falcons channel. So I know they would love to have him come back. Michael says, we got to address this defense. Yes, we do. No doubt in my mind, brother. We do. Sanchez Low Nelson, Uncle Steve, we only have like $4 million in cap right now. I guarantee you, Sanchez, there will be some restructuring going on. We're going to free up some money. Maybe we just didn't do it immediately. Maybe the Falcons are playing the okie doke and saying, okay, everybody, I'm going to let all y'all spend your money now. Then on week 2 or 3, we'll do our restructures. And some of those guys that are hanging out there when everybody else has run out of money, then the Falcons are going and swoop them up. I mean, that could be some strategy. I don't know. Dirty Bird Diner says, been hearing a lot about a possible Hassan Reddick trade. I made mention of that earlier. That would be a good deal too, Playboy Darian, but I do wonder, he has a $12 million cap hit this year. So if they were to trade for Hassan, that sounds like a situation where they would probably have to redo a contract too. So that's kind of a scary thought. I know he had the big numbers for sacks 2 years ago. I just want to make sure if we get somebody like that, that you're going to make you're going to pay for him. You're going to end up paying for him. And in a year that we just signed Kirk Cousins for buku money, I mean, we'll see. Wallace says they're going to restructure a few players' contract to get us more money to be able to make some more moves and be able to sign the draft class. Yes, they will. Barbara says, rumor is Fields wanted to go to the Steelers, so Chicago did right by him like they said they would. I bet you that was his second or third choice. He probably said they I saw the report from Ian Rappaport, who does stuff on the NFL Network and the Rap Sheet, where he said there were 4 teams that they said they were trying to talk to trade him. What he didn't say was at what time. If you told me that conversation happened 2.5 weeks ago, I would think that number of teams might be a little bit more. Maybe it was that Chicago was trying to fleece people. Maybe that was it too. I can't put it all on Justin. Maybe it was, Ryan Poles played himself. I don't want to talk to you unless I get a first round pick. Everybody's like, see ya. You got 2 first round picks in the top 10? Nah. You can kick it with that, brother. Don't even worry about it. Another super chat in the house. Thank you, sir. My brother Greg.
I like the way you work it. Oh, diddity. I like the super chat. I like the way you work it. No, diddity.
I know that you love this song.
I like your super chat. I like the way you work it.
I
love you, super.
Greg, formerly known as G. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. He says congratulations on the 1.5K, Uncle Steve. Well deserved. I again so much appreciate the love. Thank y'all so much, man. It means a lot to me that y'all continue to come back. Y'all don't have to come back. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are some times when I go to some folks, I always support and stuff, but I try my best to support, especially Atlanta Falcons content creators. But I mean, sometimes it's like some folks you might not vibe with, and that's fine because there's other people you can go to. But I appreciate everyone coming back to the channel, and Greg, and when you were G. You've always been somebody that has come back, and I really appreciate you and everybody else here as well. Thank you guys so much for the love. Appreciate it. Mr. CDXX for life says Falcons better beat Pittsburgh this year. Arthur Smith gonna try to run it up. Well, if we learned anything else, the one thing Arthur Smith teams didn't do in Atlanta was run it up. So I'm not scared of that. I don't know. I'm not scared of that, but I hear you. Marquise says another sign of a cursed organization. Wow. I hope not. Titus says if we do lose a pick for Tampa, and it would be a mid to late round pick. Exactly. You got to do something. Man, stop using big word. I'm going to translate. You got to do something real bad to lose a first round pick. Egregious. I come in here with a thesaurus and stuff like that, man. Stop messing with us. We know you smart. Official Big Gangster said, do you think he'll pick be taken away? No, I don't. Just like my brother just said a second ago, man. I don't see them doing that. I don't. Miss CDS for life says Jones better than Fields. Are you talking about Mac Jones? I don't know. And I might have to disagree with you on that one. Wallace says the Steelers needed a backup quarterback, and they put an offer for Fields. And at this point, the Bears settled and expected the offer just to get rid of him out of the building before the draft. I probably will concur with this explanation more than anybody else. I don't think people were knocking that. I bet you, aside of the fact that there was something that Justin may have said or something might have happened behind the scenes, I bet you Ryan Poles went out there and said, nobody's talking to Justin unless you have a first round pick. And everybody was like, see ya. And to Wallace's point, they were at a point they had to get him out of the building. So the last four stragglers, and they're not naming who the other team, at least Ian Rappaport wasn't naming who the other three teams were. I think they said, let me take what we can get. Greg says, Steve, can we trust the front office did their due diligence and making sure Cousins was fully healthy before backing up the Brinks truck to sign him? I would imagine they would, man. I just can't see us not doing the medicals on him before they make a decision like that. I don't see that. Terry seems like a competent guy. It's probably why he got in trouble. The medical folks probably got to know him well, because you want to know somebody well before you invest that much money in them. I would hope. Antonio says, while I'm on board with the signing of Kurt, I'm concerned with the way he was walking during the press conference. He had that Fred Safford lip. Oh, man. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's hope that G doesn't stand for got him. That's actually pretty funny, y'all. Well, I will say this too, Antonio. He did say, and he was honest. He said, as far as dropping back in passing, he was there. When he's talking about side to side, he was hurting a little bit. He's only a few months removed. And think about it. It's March, y'all. March, April, May, June, July, August. He has 5 more months. They're not going to have him out there doing it. He's not going to have a very He's not going to have a very heavy training camp. He's going to have a training camp where he's throwing to people, but he's not going to be doing a lot of stuff. He will have the red shirt on, and he will be doing his thing, but give him a little time, y'all. Give him a little time. Titus says, Steve, Ian Rappaport reported today that the Bears essentially allowed Justin Fields to pick his team. He chose to go to the Steelers. He wasn't coming here even if he wanted to. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he probably looked at the landscape and said, well, shoot, they got Kurt. They paid him all that money. I might not have a chance to go there. So, yeah, that's a good call. Thanks, Titus. Antonio says Fields knew if he came back to the A, it would be a huge distraction. He admitted it to a certain degree. Yeah, on the podcast with the St. Brown brothers. I saw that. With CDX, I said, Fields is a bum from Georgia, not Atlanta. Wow. Y'all going personal on the man. I just don't think, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, y'all. My brother Antonio in the house. What's going on, brother? He said, can't be mad at Kurt's mobility. Falcons' greatest seasons came with mobility challenged quarterbacks. Then we got 2 at the same time that was mobile, and look what happened with that. Man. Chris Chandler, remember Chris Chandelier to a lot of people. Chris Chandler was not very mobile. We all know, Matt, I know my man Kyle Shanahan made him run around a little bit more than he wanted to in 2016. But it's not like either one of those guys were dual threats. Yeah. I mean, we need a quarterback. And more importantly, I think Kirk Cousins will bring a leadership. And if you're talking about from the wide receivers, from the running back standpoints, they want somebody who is can be a leader on the field. Again, I don't want to harp on the shortcomings of Desmond Ridder. He's already gone, and God bless him, and hope he has a great career in Arizona. But we probably didn't have time to wait for him to get good. We didn't. Not with the team you have now. In a world where the salary cap and rookie contracts and things like that matter, we can't afford to wait for Desmond to get mature by the time Kyle is gone, Drake is gone, Bijan is on his 5th-year option. We can't. The NFL is right now, and you have to hit while the fire's hot. San Francisco, as good as San Francisco has been, if it's time to pay Purdy, they got to pay Purdy. And if they do, that's not going to be money for other folks. So we can game manager talk all we want at Purdy. Purdy's over there looking and see, that's what they gave Daniel Jones. And he went to one playoff game. And I've gone to 2 NFC championship games. And if I wasn't hurt, maybe 2 Super Bowls. I'm about to get paid. So, yeah, I mean, it's a whole bunch there, y'all. Ballhead Falcon fan said Woodside already gone. Okay, so that answered that question. And Tidy concurs. Tonio said he played in Cobb County, so let's not say that's not Atlanta. Y'all ain't giving that brother no love. But again, I understand. Look, most Falcon fans who've been in the look, and I'm not dating myself, but as a young kid watching Steve Bartkowski as a rookie, 2nd-year player, and 3rd-year player, folks, it was a revolving door. You didn't get attached to some of these guys. You loved your players, but it was what it was. People came and go. William Andrews, I was so mad when they drafted Gerald Riggs because I said, even as a kid, that means they probably getting ready to get rid of William. And sure enough, he left. But I didn't want that to happen. But as time went on and I got a little older and more mature, I just realized that the cycle never ends, folks. You can't hang on to it forever. Somebody's going to take your place. And in this particular situation, when you're talking about Justin Fields, I'm like, okay, y'all, he wasn't even here. This was almost worse than Lamar Jackson. And I understand that was the same situation. The Falcons needed to upgrade their quarterback position, but we weren't in control of that situation. Probably a little bit more control of this. We could have made a move, but they didn't. They got Kirk Cousins. I'm done with it. And that's not even in a negative way. I'm just like, dude ain't here. And I wish him well, except against us. You know. But the CD says better get help on defense. Can't tackle, no sacks. Yeah, we do need help on defense. Slim Guy says, bless you. Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Antonio says, get us a far. Next it says, why when we turn players down players, everybody ticked off? First, Lamar, $55 million a year, 2 first rounders, 1 playoff win. Belichick, they was mad about that, and now Justin Fields. All these teams need the same thing. I don't know. I wish I knew the answer to that. And I'm probably too entrenched of a Falcon fan to know that things change. I wanted Lamar here yesterday, but when it didn't happen, you got to move. Keep going. Some people, and I know the social media aspect has a lot to do with it. People there are probably about 30% of people who get on social media and they just want to fight just to fight. And I mean fight like, cyberbully. Fields sucks. He was going to Atlanta. Y'all suck. Y'all never going to do anything. 28-3. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, if you got all that time in the world, that's fine. I mean, come out your mom's basement and, be supportive of the team. I don't know why we're fussing about somebody that's gone. He's gone already. Same thing with Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder's gone. Why are we still talking about him? And I know it's fresh. It's going to take a while. It would be The Matt Ryan thing was different. Matt Ryan was here 14 years. I expect him to be talked about for a while. Dude was here through the most successful time in franchise history. I expect there to be Matt Ryan talk as long as I live. Because until the next guy, hopefully it's this guy, comes along and supersedes him, or not supersedes him, but has a higher success than Matt did, Matt's going to be looked at as that guy. Yeah, that's crazy. Henry says corner safeties and pass rushers are also necessary for drafts and free agents. Absolutely. Jay says Fields did say on the Browns podcast that he liked playing at Pittsburgh Stadium. He ranked it in his top 2, I think, of places where he likes to play. More power to him then. More power to him. Christy, how you doing? Say Fields never said he wanted to come to Atlanta, but he did want to go to other places. Shouldn't fans want players who want to be here? Very good point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. CD says AK, Harrison, Malone, Anderson, and company need to take the next step. They will. AK actually took a real good step this last year. Harrison is going to be good. They gave him some opportunity, man. Absolutely. Michael says, I love Algier, but it seems like the Falcons have buried him. They never talk about him or put him in photos. Yeah, but Algier is the backup running back. You have Bijan now. You drafted Bijan in the first round. And Bijan is that guy. I mean, Michael Turner was here. Nobody talked about what's my name that backed him up? Nobody talked about Quiz. Nobody talks about the backup, but we know here we need him. So it's all good. Trying to go down here a little bit. Barbara says, I have to say you are my favorite podcast. Oh, thank you for the Falcons. Keep them coming. I'm going to have to find you at the game since I'm a season ticket holder too, to meet you in public, get an autograph. Oh, that's funny. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate that. I have no I'm in section 130, row 27. So if y'all are close by, come chat at your aunt. I'll be there. I'm usually there. Usually there every Sunday, no matter what. Lisa Shepard's in the house. Hey, Lisa. Said, do we see Cousins play in the preseason? I think he will, Lisa, because I think he wants to get familiar with the guys. I don't see them. He might be a game 3 guy. I may not. I don't think we'll see him maybe the first game or second game. I can absolutely see him playing maybe the 3rd preseason game. But I think we will see him. He's gonna need to get familiar with his guys in real time situations. I'm not even sure they would put Kirk Cousins in a scrimmage before the season starts. The CD said, any word on Grady? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. And remember, Grady has a situation as well. The Falcons can get out of Grady's contract with only an $8 million dead cap hit. I don't think that's happening. They've been showing Grady on the website for the Atlanta Falcons. So I think he'll be here, but I think he's going to be a candidate to get his number reduced as well. Keenan says, I read somewhere once one foot goes, the other is right behind. Do you think that's true? Okay. Yeah. Jay says Jones had better had tape year 1 than Fields ever had, to be honest. Yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so. Midas says Field is Taysom Hills with more passes. Hey, who knows? They might use him like that. That's true. Antonio says all these damn Antonios got someone in my inbox talking about comment, and it's the other Antonio. My bad. It is a lot of y'all. Antonio's a popular name, man. Wallace says, yeah, Kurt is only 4 months into his rehab, and he said it's about an 8 or 9 month process. And he said he's going to try to be ready by training camp. That's fair. He says, poor Antonio's in here. Oh, man. Kenneth Davis is here. What's up, Kenneth? He's at ATL, back in public eye. Players, with players. Don't hate, just congratulate. Feels not our concern now. Rise up. I concur. John says, let's go get Stetson Bennett from the Rams. We don't have to give up anything. Bring Stetson Bennett home for a backup role. I mean, but now that, I don't know, man. Carson Wentz is a free agent. They might keep Stetson out there with L.A. Nah, I think I'll let Stetson do his thing out there. Plus, we got way too many. Well, let me stop. I was about to be mean. Let me stop. Retro G's in the house. What's going on, Retro? My brother Jabal D is in the house. What's up, sir? Brother DR Shabazz is here as well. Yes, it's time to let that topic go. He's a Steeler now. Let's move on, people. Yeah, brother, I don't know. And again, I can't speak for other people. I understand it's a topic. I understand it's the off season. We got a lot of stuff to talk about before we even get into the training camp and all that other good stuff. But I'm concentrating on the folks we got here. If they got a flowery branch pass, that's who's my concern right now. I can't worry about what Justin gonna do and how he's gonna do. I wish him well, but it's just not my concern. Antonio says, I've never been a Fields promoter and glad he's somewhere else where he can learn. And I'm not a Ritter fan either, but I hope Murray stays healthy and hopes he never beats us. So, same thing with Ritter. I mean, the stuff you heard from Ritter fans leaving I mean, these folks were losing their minds. Oh, Ritter's gone. Y'all pushed him out. Little Ritter. Never in my life have I seen such a lower tier player galvanize a fan base as quickly as Ritter did. Again, I don't know whether Ritter came in with some special pixie dust or some weed or something. We all got to contact us. Mother alert in here. How you doing, ma'am? Say congratulations, Uncle Steve. Well deserved. 2K cannot be far behind. Keep up the good talks. Still treat my wounds from the quarterback selection. However, onward we go. We see what's next. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate you. Love you. And thank you for coming in here and helping your son out, as you always have all my life. Thank you so much, ma'am. Brian says, congratulations on 1,500, Steve, on the 2,000. Thank you, sir. Oh, Barbara's in the dirty bird nest. So you're right there. You're right. You're on the other side. You're not far. You're not far. I see y'all over there. And I love the dirty bird's nest and everything. I'm not even going to lie to you. But, you know, sometimes I know I get in fan mode and I don't know what kind of rules and regulations they have on there about being a fan. I mean, I can get kind of interesting when things don't go right. So I don't know. I don't want to break any rules over there, but I love my Falcons. Michael said, when you take Brock Bowers, are we good? I think we good, man. I think if you're looking for anything now, just like they got the guy Warner from Frisco, I need more blocking tight ends in here. I wouldn't mind having some more blocking tight ends. You need to do everything in your power to keep Kirk Cousins clean. Because I think if we keep let's try that again. If we keep Kirk Cousins, if we keep Kirk Cousins clean, man, y'all see that? If we keep Kirk Cousins clean, we're going to have a great year. Barbara says, nice to see Cousins. He wants to see film of all his weapons on offense, even when they were in college, to see their preference on how the ball is thrown. Now, I do think, Barbara, they'll probably do one of those Camp Kirks, almost like what Matt Ryan used to do with the receivers, get the guys there, get them together and see, you know, throw the ball around a little bit. I see that happening. Oblivion Empire's in the house. What's going on? Say, I want Chase Young brought in. I wouldn't mind either as long as the money's right. As long as the money's right. While it says, I think Kurt will probably play in the first preseason game because the third preseason game is usually for the players that are trying to make the roster. 2 years ago, before they went to 17 games, I would have said that's true. But if you notice, a lot of the guys started the game 3 in preseason. I'm going to tell you why. Because remember, there's a natural bye between the third preseason game and the first. So if you let Kirk Cousins play just in the first preseason game, so you'll have week 2 of preseason, week 3 of preseason, and week the bye week, and then the opening game. So you're talking about a 3-week span where Kirk Cousins doesn't get any live action. I can see him coming closer to the third game, or maybe even the second game, Wallace. But your logic makes sense. But I just think since we've gone to the 17 game schedule, I think it might twist it a little bit differently. Antonio says Chase Young has a bad reputation off taking too many plays off. And I keep hearing that, but then again, I still keep seeing him making some good sacks and being, disruptor. Maybe he just didn't fit on San Francisco too. Maybe so. I don't know. My brother, the check down in the house. Steven's in the house. Y'all make sure y'all check out the check down. My brother Steven is just starting his new podcast. Y'all make sure y'all please send some support his way. He has some great editorials on the Falcons, past and present. He said, "What's up, Ump? I'm looking forward to the season, but please tell the local media to stop overselling Cousins." I liken this again, Stephen, as I've explained to other people, is when you haven't had quality in a minute, and when you haven't had quality play at the most important position in a minute, it's easy to kind of oversell someone coming in. Kirk Cousins is by by any means elite. Matter of fact, there are some that even will say he's not the next tier. I do think Kirk Cousins is in the top half of quarterbacks in the NFL. And you can make an argument that last year he was on his way to being a top 10 guy. I think the media is hungry for a story. I think fans are hungry for success. And Kirk Cousins, right now, as Princess Leia said, he's our only hope. So that's why that's going to happen. Get ready for more. It's not going to stop. They're going to sell this guy like he's Tom Brady. And I'm not saying he is before somebody shoots and says, Uncle Steve said he's Tom Brady. That's not what I said. I said they're going to try to sell him like he's Tom Brady. Actually, I'll take it a notch down. They'll try to sell him like he's prime Matt Ryan in Atlanta. They'll try to sell it like that. Brother Shabazz says, any news on Richie Grant starting second team? Listen, they need to figure out, because Richie Grant is due $3 million this year. And I think, all respect to the Grant household, I'm not sure Richie is worth $3 million the way he's played the last couple of years. I think right now Richie Grant would probably be an awesome backup, but not for that. And remember, y'all, folks are going to get cut on this team. Free agency start, but that doesn't mean to do. So it's not over yet. The cuts Not over. Keenan Melvin says restructure or keep Heineke. For right now, because we don't have anybody else on the roster, you better restructure them. I hope that happens soon. We better figure that out soon. I know that I think somebody was telling me he has a deadline. What, today? I think. So we need to invest in a quality backup. We don't want to be caught in a similar situation as the Jets were in last year. I mean, right now, I think Heineke is the guy because I really think we're going to get a draft pick. So it might be smart to do that. Yeah, Antonio says the same thing, and restructure him. Yep. Steven says under promise, over deliver is the game for Cousins. And congratulations. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Apostle Vincent B. Irvin, what's going on? Uncle Steve, what's up? The best Army stats from the general at the top. We can look at the quarterbacks, but what we must take notice of is the general in charge now, Coach Raheem. Please look at the other coaches. Yeah. Yeah. And we got guys in here who are leaders. Let's hope they can lead them to the promised land. I hope they do. Henry says, has somebody picked up Khalil Mack? No, but they redid his contract in Los Angeles. He's staying. He's staying in Los Angeles. Destroying Ops is in the house. What's up? Say hello, new here. I expect Atlanta goes defense in the first 3 rounds of the draft. That would not hurt my feelings. That in keeping in mind, our 3rd round has 2 picks right now. So that would be interesting if we did that. Thank you for joining us, Destroying. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out, man. We appreciate you for joining us in here for the first time. Thank you. Wallace says, since they had to pay Heineke roster bonus today, they're probably going to keep him as a backup and restructure his contract. Yep, I can see that. Barbara says, people would go crazy if we move up to pick Alt at number 8, but we need him on that O-line, and he's good either way, pass protection to protect Cousins. Well, if we're at 8, we don't have to worry about moving up. He'll be right there for us. I have no problem. I'm going to tell you right now, the folks that they've been projecting to Atlanta, probably with the exception of J.J. McCarthy, I don't know why that has been a name that has been shown. I don't have a problem with Alt. I don't have a problem with Turner. I don't have a problem with Latu. I don't have a problem with Duze. I don't have a problem with Neighbors. Any of those folks don't bother me. I do understand the defense is more important to a lot of people, but neither one, Keenan says, should we really keep Heineke or cut his pay? They're going to cut it. Yeah, he's not going to make $7 million this year if he stays. No way. Steven says, agreed, but expectations may be too high. Why add to the scrutiny? I hear you. Wallace says, Uncle's called the Check Down Podcast. What did I say? Did I say check something else? I'm sorry, Steven, if I said it wrong. Slim Guy says, would it have been cheaper to keep Ritter and learn behind Kirk, or Kirk's Raw, just see him as bad luck? I didn't erase this yet, but I really think, Slim, that
Raheem doesn't love Desmond.
I really just think it was probably better to get Ritter out of here. And not even because he did pie in the face horrible, but I just think so many people are going to, with Arthur Smith gone and Arthur's system gone, I just don't think the folks here who are coming in, I don't think they want to rewire him and retweak him. I think they're like, hey, what's done is done. Go ahead and move on. And let him do his thing. Michael said Bosa is staying too. Yes, he is. Absolutely. Elgin says, congratulations on 1,500. This cousin signing is giving me Matt Ryan and Indy vibes. I hope we get a better return than the Colts did. The only thing I'll say that's different, Eldridge, I do say when Matt Ryan went to Indy, I don't know what Indy was expecting. Matt Ryan had two of his worst seasons as a Falcon back to back going into that year. Well, 20 wasn't horrific, but 21 was not a Matt Ryan season. So I'm not sure that's the exact situation, but I do understand what you're saying. That is not one of those, oh, we got Matt Ryan, we're getting ready to be Super Bowl contenders. That's what they were doing in Indy, and that didn't happen. Wallace says, I'm banking on that, on them to draft the Sweat in the second round to fill that notes. Boy, I would love to get him in here. I would love to get him in here. Wallace says, I was asking a question about the name, of Steve's podcast, so I can subscribe to the channel. Yes, it is the Check Down. My bad. I thought I was overstepping. Keaton says, how many years you think Arthur Blank has left as an owner? Sorry, I'm new here. It's all good. I love the podcast. Thank you so much. Just really trying to get my questions out of the way. No, I appreciate you, Keenan, because we were getting ready to get out of here in a second. I think he's going to leave the team to his family. I don't think he's going to sell the team. Look, the Blanks have been great to the city. You know, when you start talking about a lot of other teams and a lot of other owners, they come in here, they take the team, they move the team away from the city, take them 60, 70 miles away and make the city drive to them. Arthur Blank made it his mission to leave Atlanta in Atlanta. One of the few teams around that can say that now. You got two New York teams playing in New Jersey. You know, I mean, so it's a good thing. What Blank has been for this organization. I know a lot of people are down on him, but I'm one of the guys that I think he's going to be somebody. What's the "Don't you forget about me"? That's going to be Arthur Blank, folks, when it's all said and done. Slim Guy says, yeah, we got to protect our investments with the O-line. We got to. Mike, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You said to keep the songs coming. I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try. Bag says, congratulations on 1,500, my guy. Thank you, sir. To be honest, I'm still kind of shaky about Kurt signing. It's really a 50-50 shot with him. I think we should draft a quarterback in the second and third round and prepare for the future. I'm shaky on it too, Bags. I am. But for the moment, and I'm gonna take it here. Last year, or right before the draft, they made the announcement that they're gonna go with Ritter at quarterback. I said from that moment, I'm going to rock with the decision because that's how I go. I'm going to go with whatever the Falcons say, and we're going to go into the season. Same thing. Was Kirk Cousins my first choice? No. That situation and the money is scary, but it's not my money. And hopefully Terry and them are doing what they need to do to improve the team. So I'm going to rock with that. I appreciate it. That's how we do it. Wallace says, okay, he just subscribed to you, Steve. So you got another guy on the other end, the Check Downer. My bad, brother. My bad. My check. All right. Look, man. I'm getting sleepy, man. My bad. Anyway, listen, folks. I appreciate everyone today. Thank you so much. Hopping in here on a Sunday. You guys and gals were awesome. Appreciate everyone joining us to talk our Atlanta Falcons. I see you, Ray, jumping in there, brother. Thank you so much. My wife. Wife alert in the house. She said, Aunt Kira, take your time and honor 1.5. I'm eating your brisket. Wow, that's deep. I just got some brisket for the family, and she's eating it up. That's well, thank you, wife. Love you, darling. Thank you so much. And listen, I appreciate everyone joining us here on Uncle Steve's Lounge. Again, what y'all could do for your uncle, aside of subscribing and liking to the channel, tell your friends about it, man. We try to do this at least 2 to 3 times a week. We will have the Monday Minutia tomorrow, 6 or 7 o'clock. I'll let you know and put it out there. Outstanding. Love talking to everyone today. We will see you next go round. Falcons let's do this thing, man. 2024 playoffs or bust. Until then, everyone have a beautiful Sunday. Like the video on the way out. Y'all take care. Peace.